The future is digital, but will it be a thriving one? In 2011, venture capitalist Mark Andreessen famously declared that software is eating the world, a reference to how digitalization has permeated nearly every aspect of life, placing digital technology companies at the forefront of global innovation. The Singapore Futures Youth Competition 2025 explored this very idea, centered on the theme, A Thriving Digital Future for All. This year, participants were challenged to imagine how digital technology can empower individuals, strengthen communities, and transform industries. Through futures thinking and foresight tools, they developed bold and innovative scenarios for Singapore's digital tomorrow. Now in its fifth edition, the competition, organized by the Institute for Governance and Leadership at the Kuan School of Public Policy, National University of Singapore, welcomed 100 participants from different pre-university institutions to our beautiful Bukit Timah campus. In her opening remarks, Vice Dean and Executive Director Ms. Ong Toon Hui highlighted the youth's incredible potential, emphasizing that they hold the agency to create their own futures centered around the theme, A Thriving Digital Future for All. The four-day program aimed to equip participants with foresight and futures thinking tools to explore how Singapore can navigate digital transformations inclusively and sustainably. Participants engaged in workshops, discussions, scenario planning exercises, and a presentation showcase where they shared bold, creative visions of Singapore's digital landscape in 2050. A key highlight of the program was the panel session, Reimagining Our Digital Future, Opportunities and Challenges in Trust, Growth, and Community. Esteemed panelists from the public, private, and people sectors, including speakers from DBS, Better.sg, the Singapore ETH Center, and the Ministry of Digital Development and Information, shared insights on Singapore's digital landscape. The session explored pressing challenges such as trust, data security, inclusion, and social cohesion, and emphasized the Smart Nation 2.0 strategy's role in building a safe, inclusive, and thriving digital society for all.
I've learned the part that I can play in Singapore. I think it's so easy to feel like you're out of control in what goes on in your community, but actually you have a really big part to play, and it's actually really important in the grand scheme of things. I've also learned to think more critically and consider every stakeholder and how my actions and the actions of the government and the policies that we make can impact their lives for the better or for worse.
The final round of the competition, held on the 20th of June 2025, saw 10 finalist teams present their scenarios to a panel of distinguished judges from the public and people sectors. Each team had 10 minutes to present and 5 minutes for Q&A, receiving thoughtful feedback and encouragement from the judges. Teams were evaluated based on 4 key criteria: believability and creativity, adherence to theme and guidelines, presentation delivery, and team coordination and cohesion. A total of 4,500 Singapore dollars in prize money was awarded, including the prestigious Audience's Choice Award, in recognition of excellence, innovation, and teamwork. All participants received certificates of participation, along with exclusive access to future LKYSPP youth events and networking opportunities.
I would say if I could have a word of advice for the students in this competition is to remember that at the end of the day, futures thinking is a very powerful tool, and it will help us to prepare for the future. But it must not and it should never replace the power of human connection. We need to keep a lookout for one another. We need to have a heart for one another. We need to really remember the power of humanity.
We were honored to welcome Ms. Rahayu Mazam, Minister of State for the Ministry of Digital Development and Information, and the Ministry of Health as our guest of honor. In her address, she reaffirmed the core pillars of Smart Nation 2.0, trust, growth, and community, emphasizing that digitalization must be empowering, not exclusionary. She also highlighted government efforts to support small and medium enterprises, seniors, caregivers, and the special needs community, while calling on youth to take greater ownership in building a more inclusive digital future. As the curtains close on this year's competition, we celebrate not just the creativity and commitment of our youth, but also a shared vision of a future where every ambition can take flight. The influence of their ideas will extend far beyond this event, shaping new opportunities, sparking innovation, and inspiring a Singapore where everyone's potential can flourish, and the boundaries of possibility continue to expand.